100 మందికి డిమాండ్ వచ్చినా సరే వాళ్ళు కట్టలేకపోయారు. వాళ్ళందరికీ తిరస్కరించబడింది. వాళ్ళ 1100 మందికి కూడా మళ్ళీ అవకాశం ఉందని మనం ఆల్రెడీ లెటర్ పెట్టడం జరిగింది. అదే విషయాన్ని నేను చెప్పాను. అలాగే లేని ఆప్షన్ లేదని ఒక 43 మందికి రిజెక్ట్ చేయబడింది. వాళ్ళ ప్రాబ్లం కూడా ఉంది. అది కూడా నేను వాళ్ళకి చెప్పడం జరిగింది. మన స్కీమ్ కార్డు ఉన్న ప్రాబ్లం. మూడో ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే 14 ముందు అసలు ఆప్షన్ అవ్వకుండా రిటైర్ అయిపోయి ఉన్నారు చాలా మంది. వాళ్ళు కూడా మరొక అవకాశం ఇవ్వమని అడిగేదానికి థర్డ్ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే, ఫోర్త్ ప్రాబ్లము చాలా మంది ఆప్షన్ ఇవ్వలేదు. వాళ్ళు టైం అయిపోయింది అక్కడ ఇంకా ఆప్షన్ ఇచ్చడానికి అవకాశం లేదు. వాళ్ళకి మరొకసారి కన్సిడర్ చేయమని అడుగుతున్నాయి. ఇది 4. ఫస్ట్ ఇష్యూ 1100 persons who got demand letters and they could not pay the amount in time.
That is one by one, Mr. Because I don't want to make any great lecture on this. It's a larger question. I am very thankful to meet you. Due to my preoccupation, but I decided when our comrades called me, this right time I cannot exclusively come over to VIZAG. But anyhow, in this connection with the National Conference, I want to utilize this to do something, to interact with you, not to make a great lecture. It is a larger question. What are the problem faced by our pensioners, especially when EPFO 95 pensioners. From minimum pension issues there, in the higher pension there is so many issues there. For you, higher pension or higher very close to the city. Don't get any merciful. I want to make a very straight statement. I think most of you being public sector employee, you can understand English. And in that context, I am saying, if there is any problem, you please help them to translate and to get it. CPT has no mercy upon me. I am the person, the day when the judgment came, I traveled with this. Myself, my General Secretary, Comrade Tapan, we all traveled, all along. In each and every question, taking the time and getting into the procedure, visiting all circular, repeatedly writing letter. We did so many. So, as a person working at the CAP National Center, I traveled with your issue. So that is why I can say, despite all this, yes, very beginning government has given some option, some time they have given. Very first, when we are asking them, then there is a so much of integrity. They interpreted the Supreme Court judgment differently, very wrongly they interpreted. Then I took up the matter in the CP. I challenged them, Bhaiya, you will face a problem in the courts. Now across India, around 15 high court, already some cases there will be. Before that I am reminding, I am warning them. You will be tracked to the court. Again, don't make a mess. I very specifically, even pro rata, even calculation, even the trust rule. The trust rule, I can proudly say we can construct our argument well and how it is wrong. The Supreme Court judgment very explicitly said, trust rule does not make any sense at all as far as the court judgment is concerned. It is very categorical it says. But these people invoked trust rules. In the interpretation of trust rules across the country, all within there is no enabling provision in the trust rules to entertain you. So, the summary you will be rejected. Then your member of parliament, people's representative, they intervened. Then they said that yes, there is no enabling provision. At the same time, there is no disabling provision to reject you. Likewise, they took another position. Now, on the way from the airport, comrades telling that Madras, there was some interpretation. In some other area, there is interpretation. Yes, it is there. But to be very frank, to transparent with you, I don't want to take any illusion. I don't want to take any illusion. On CPT, the last, they closed the file. Before they tie the wrapping the file, I stood up in the CPT. Okay, settle down. I stood up in the CPT, I told them, yeah, bhaiya, don't close the file. I finally made one request. I can claim that all I made, but what will be the impact? You don't take it as personal. Yeah, bhaiya, you keep it. There are some cases where some pensioner adhered to all deadlines. They got a demand notice. Somewhere there were some lapses, they could not be able to pay money in time. What is wrong in it? I don't want any national circular. You instruct the concerned field officer and regional officers to go case by case, verify it. If there is any genuine reason, take them, because already they complied with all guidelines. Nothing is there. There are here technically getting the information here, you got a problem. Because it is not properly informed to the pensioner. It is the right point. So all this issue, already our comrade told me that you represented. You give the letter copy to me. And one or two issue, I can still don't believe Karmalaya. Karmalaya cannot make any miracle. Because that is the composition of the CPT. CPT, only one Karmalaya is there. One CPT member from CPT, C8 is there. Even last time, AIDC wala are there. Then now they dropped AIDC. AIDC wala nahi. Still two vacancies is there. Government is not filling up. Only BJP, RSS supported people are there. You take, it's a politics. So, a person, then how they will take up? Earlier he was not listening. Now he started to listen to me. Earlier for the past 1 year he did proper meeting also not properly they are holding. I repeatedly asked why you are keeping two vacancies. It's a disproportionate. It is against the tripartism. It is a statutory tripartite body. It must be legally constituted. It is not at the will and pressure of the minister. Law is saying that you should constitute the committee as such a way. He is bound to constitute the committee. They cannot keep a officer or employee representative disproportionate to the employee representative. Law defined how many members from employer group, how many members from employee group, how many members from the government group. Then only that make a sense of tripartism. That is done away with. So that is why with all humility I am saying, you continue your fight. You have to continue your fight. My only appeal now, I will take up, definitely I will take up. 5th again I will return back to Delhi. Then I will, within the 9th National Convention, we are preparing towards the national strike. Where we have to, night also, I got on my huge luggages. I am working on labor code. There is a huge area. I am deputed by my organization to work all along for the past 5 years. I am working in all integrity of the labor code. So we have to, that is my immediate task. 9th Convention is there. January 9th. We are going for a all strike. All this problem is there. In between, I will take up, I will try to meet between 5 to 6. You give her all whatever the documents you are having, go to me. I will take up. I will discuss and will communicate to you. That is one. Okay. I will represent and I will write in writing also. I will share that letter to you and try to meet the people. Okay, number one. More properly in January, sometimes they may meet. February, they used to call. Usually, it is a erratic meeting. You cannot imagine it. It is a constitutional body. It is a legal body. How much time it goes to meet, it is defined in the law. It is all defined in the law. What do they will take? Because yearly twice means you can meet 8 months once. Okay? Then it will be, sometime it will be February 1 meeting, then November 1 meeting. That amounts to 2 meetings. Okay? Likewise, they are supposed to meet. Then we cannot take up all agendas. It is a volume of the document. A judicious member has to go read and need at least 10 days. Then only I do justice to my own. It is my work. I am of the Indian working class I am representing. To do justice to my class, you, I have to read. Then I have to write. I have to work it out. I have to consult you. I am not an expert in all. Sometimes you have to consult the worker. What is the nitty-gritty going on? All this they are taking granted. So, I will take your question, okay? Number one, I will take up a right letter to it. But you do one thing, don't believe, that's what I'm saying, don't believe Karmalayan, don't believe CBT. You take your position, you go for file a case. Even that is 1100 also, please get ready. Comrade, you should get ready to go to the court. And others also, those who are rejected on the grounds of that, you people, I think I am sorry to say, I sometimes the nursing, I agitated with the complaint. You people, you didn't take up properly, both BH and Trichy, public sector, sorry to say. So, comrade, please properly help with them. I told, well, somebody says, you are exempted unit, you will not be available, then you close the file. Our people dropped the case. Am I right? You dropped the case. Why? Then I attended one meeting. The person called me to attend one our state federation meeting, where I drafted one affidavit. Then we circulated across the country to steal. Then Chalam, Durgapur, our comrade filed the suit. That suit was ended in that time. There are some judgment, High Court judgment against the trust rules. There, you people, somebody you may implement, you go by some, you consult with some lie here. If possible, you approach the court. Because all this, now I read through 15 cases when the Ernakulam court has given judgment, Calcutta court, Madurai bench has given judgment on exempted trust rules. It was the judgment in favor of the worker. All judgment in favor of the worker. I told these rascals, you will be tracked to the court. Now, in social security, there is a jurisprudence, level jurisprudence in the country. Whenever social security come, never court say anything against the worker. If anybody asks you regarding the pension something, very rarely they refuse, unless you are not able to produce a material evidence. Naturally, that was all along the history. So you people are refused, then you will be landed. I am quoting the provision, law. You are simply saying not. You will be landed. Sure. Now, 3 High Court already given the judgment for exempted unit. 3 High Court already given to accepting the worker argument in favor of the worker. They are entitled to pension. Likewise, they told. Now I asked, what do you now you do next week? Last week I am asking that immediately CPMC is telling, no, we shall go for appeal up to Supreme Court. That was the attitude. You see, that was the attitude of the government. It is not only CPMC. It is not a matter of CPMC. Government attitude being so, comrade. So my second question is, you please get ready to consult. You constituted 1 or 2 teams. Those who are legally our comrades, among the workers, there are some experts may be there with the full knowledge of the Supreme Court judgment. Because you have to, don't believe the advocate alone. You have to argue with them. You have to tell them. I am also, I am having some affidavit that I helped with Chalam and Bangalore and Calcutta. Our comrades also, I prepared some outline. Then I give to them. Then the consultation, all the legality they want to put in. But the crux of the matter, that we prepared it. We are trust already, you see, these people every day they are visiting under the control of the EPFO arrangements. Our trust is functioning. They are periodically inspecting. They are saying your bylaw contrary to this. If a bylaw makes any contrary, it is a bounded duty of the officer who is supervising to get things done. It is not a matter of a hourly worker. He has no role to play there in the trust to get it anything. So his ignorance cannot be taken to wrongly in such a way. Likewise, we argued the case. We put up the argument with the help of one HR, deputy manager. He was our comrade. He came to Delhi. I worked with him. Then we prepared it. So you are also, there may be a competent here with some legal knowledges. You consult local people. You go for immediately for file cases in the appropriate high court. Where is your high court now? Where is it? Vijayawada. Then no problem. You consult some people. You collect all this material. Immediately, either if 1,000 people are there in a single incident, the price will not make any difference. You can easily start it. At least because put together again, Supreme Court has to sit on. Different High Court is making different version. How it will be settled? That is my logical course. This CPT wala, EPF wala, they never go back. Because they are having an illusion that it will take a. Then one day we told them, you have given 17 lakh applications. They given a full according to their claim. What will be the money? They assessed the scientific assessment. We engaged our own assessment. There are consultant people are there. We consulted them. We assessed the money, how much we have to. Then finally now there are more than 10 lakh applications rejected. There are some applications pending there. So far in the last meeting, 48,000 alone the pension payment order issued. Out of 17 lakh, 10 lakh already rejected, they are back in the file. All public sector employee. So then how much it will be sent? Yes, there is a normal sense. There are some people who are getting a very handsome pension. In this pension formula, despite all their hookup, all their things, even there are some pensions they are getting very decent pension, definitely. So I think the CPT member has come, he can do everything, don't believe. Don't believe karma, okay? You believe yourself. You continue your fight. And you, number one, in meantime, we can make appeal. But you make it as an issue, so social issue, continuously. Sometime you must go for a movement. Make it a news. And with all these people, you keep this issue hard. And you should keep the part hard. If you borrow the upper used to say very often. You should keep the part hot. Then only worker can get something. If you allow to die, allow to cool down, then it is not possible. So, comrade, this is the situation as far as higher pension. Minimum pension issue. Yes, there is some positive signal for me. For this minimum pension. How much? Hyderabad has come. They are asking 9,000. Okay, I told don't go for 9,000. Okay, you demand. This is our demand. It is not our pension. It's not. Before pensioners, even I know one of the person to calculate out of the 18,000, the logic, the minimum pension, 50% of the minimum pension. That means minimum salary 18,000. Pay commission the same rate. Then if it is a 50%, then 9,000. Without 9,000, how I can survive? Likewise, you put some logic, then we work it out. Then it was, now everybody is saying 9,000. It is, it's hard to say. I am one of the master secretary of the CA. Comrade, given the political situation, I literally working with the minister 100 times on minimum pension. 100 times. This fellow will not listen to us. I am a communist. He knows. Okay? CA wala. Left plug, agenda wala, communist wala, all this will work in his brain. He is a RSS man being appointed. Okay? Was picked up from Gujarat. Okay? He was a doctor come bureaucrat. He has nothing to do with the labor. Like Delhi work, Hyderabad wala, labor minister, old minister. He is a seasoned man. He is a seasoned man. He can sit with you. When he was there, he decided to revise the pension in the Hyderabad meeting. At 2019, I was attended. As a substitute for Comrade A.K. Patmanabhan, where the decision was taken for pensioner, minimum pension. We calculated the surplus for a pension. We kept at that time around 4 to 500 crore surplus. Then we decided at least 2,000 to 3,000. Then we decided to go to the Nirmala Sitaram. That never we went to Nirmala Sitaram. That was a promise. All pensioners waiting in the hotel, star hotel in Telangana, in Hyderabad. And never that meeting took place. Then we referred all this decision all along. Yeah, we have already, it is a sovereign body, a sovereign act passed by the parliament. Yeah, the act is that accordingly CPT constituted, CPT taken a decision. It is our own money, not a single penny we are expecting from the government. We are not expecting any single penny from the Nirmala Sitharaman purse. Okay, as a minister, not out of your own purse. As a minister, we are not taking any single penny from her. What is their resolution? Still, they are having. I went to the parliament standing committee. I raised this question. Either this body is a statutory body, whether it is whether this finance ministry is sitting over our head always. It is after worker money. I have a conscious working class leader. How I will squander this money? How I will waste this money? I never allow to, because all this calculation we do. I do as a being a commerce student, I used to work on this. Even higher pension, it must be more reasonable. We should keep the money for the generation. It is a worker money. We have to keep this money for the generation. We should not lose a single penny. So how is finance ministry sitting over upon the working class money? They are ruled out. Simply they are ruled out. Now, November 1st. Before that, CPT meeting held. Regular meeting. Okay, there is no agenda. I have given all note to nursing around. We are supplying every note to our state sector. After meeting, I am preparing one note what happened in the CPT meeting. We are sharing the details to the CAP state committees. That we hope that has to be circulated to the worker. In that sense, we used to circulate. When always last meeting, then November meeting, they never put the agenda. They never take up the agenda of the minimum pension. No time there was. For the past 2 years, I am seeing nowhere this agenda is coming. When CPT meeting is going on, entire country, now you come, higher pension wala, you came. Earlier only minimum pension wala. That was an issue. They used to rise, oh, what happened? I am a person, I am basically from the deep south, where 5 lakh video workers are there. You cannot imagine the 98 pension scheme for a video worker. They are getting less than 100. I met so many women workers. Less than 100 rupee. I got a list, I got a profile. I took some profile, I submitted in the standing committee as well as CPT. What does it mean, sir? Is it a pension? It is not even a pension. How it can be a pension? You are 1,000 rupees, you are writing in the paper. You are asking them to leave. How? It has no meaning. And nobody is getting 1,000%. So now it is the same. At that time, minister informally, formally he told, okay, we shall take up. He positively responded in the first meeting. Then November 1st, we had a meeting on the foundation of the EPFO. Foundation used to celebrate every year with some cultural program, these things. Very fortunately, minister had a separate meeting for a coffee. Then in the coffee, everybody chatting so many things. As a leader of the working class, I have no other interest than our class interest. Then I took up the ministry of the higher pension as well as minimum pension. Sorry, minimum pension, is there any progress? In the meantime, I met the labor secretary personally. I asked her, labor secretary, she is a Kannada IAS officer. She worked in the Prime Minister office. She is more sympathetic. After her, in last May, she assumed the office. Then I met her. I adored her. Madam, is it any possibility? She told, yes. Sir, you shall pursue. It is active consideration of the ministry, sir. Likewise, because I want to understand their pulses, whether these people will do or not. Now, minister openly during that tea break of foundation day, when we proceed for this, we showed, yes, sir, this will come up. This will come up. When it will come up. So I think I can share this to you. How long these people are very loyal to that promise, I don't know. But the minister openly told that they may go for some revision for hiking minimum pension. Definitely it will take place further in the process. Okay? How much it will be? Even I am ready to even another 1,000, 2,000 that I was ready. To be very frank with you. I want to break the ice. It is saturated. All along they saturated. It is when it was raised 1,000 rupees, 2024, 14 raised. 14 raised, and then they made all amendment, they made the all health, they brought all health. So, definitely I think minimum pension may be raised to some extent. Anyway, we are going to follow all this also. So, my question, minimum pensioner, please expect. As I am also expecting, you bound to expect more than go. Let us expect in the next meeting. Next meeting may be during the budget session. Even in the budget proposal also we raised all in this issue. Finance Ministry used to have a meeting with the trade union, with the employees. Tomorrow our Prime Minister is going to meet the economist and budget meeting. So when in our proposal we proposed all this, pension, all this, it has to be raised likewise. So, as far as I am concerned, those who are already received the demand notice, accordingly you collected, mobilized the money. Due to some technical reason, you were not able to deposit the money that was being refused by the concerned RPFC or here concerned officers. Let us take up. Myself will write a letter. I will take up. You also get ready to go for a court. Those who are suffering become the victim due to the wrongly invoking the trust rules. Might as of now, because they close the file. If I say something is wrong, I cannot promise anything. Because they close the file, you get ready to go to the court. If anybody refused on account of citing trust rules, you get ready. This is on the major this issue. It's politics, it's political economy. I will speak later sometime. This is my general observation. As you are more concerned with all these issues. So during the course of time, comrade briefly, my travel time from airport to here. Then I got this point. If any point you tell me, I will try to answer.
Retired in 2022, and I did not have the idea of applying for higher pension. Some of my colleagues have applied, sir, but I did not have the awareness of applying. So I applied after 2.5 years. That is last July I applied. Is there any chance of me getting the pension?
Any other question? Comrade. Madam, please. Any other question?
Yes.
Any other question? I am going to conclude. Come on.
Good evening, sir. I am approaching for online for higherpension. With other card, it is not accepted.
I cannot get your point.
Other card, it is not accepted.
Other card is not accepted because of the leakage problem.
My name, Aadhaar card, VV Sanchana category. They try on online. Category error Sanchana even though it is not accepted. But that is Aadhaar card. Every year I will give the life certificate. It is accepted. It is a problem.
It is accepted. For this higher pension.
That's why I can't able to apply the for higher pension.
Yes. You cannot note it down. It's a live example. Then you can punch down. You see, accepting another way. Next time, it's not accepting. You see how this.
Sir, I am not applied till today. Is there any chance to apply?
Okay, comrade, I am concluding. Anybody? Not your person. Okay, anyhow, you are. Okay.
Sir, as you already told that digitalization program, in our case, 1100 people, 1100 above people. No, what happened is, the EPF department have not sent even message also. So we are all scattered, we have retired, we are staying away from the main this thing. So only what they have sent is email. That also at the odd time, at the end of this thing, what Mr. Prasad has explained. So because of those reasons, we could not able to pay in time the demand letters. We have not responded. Unfortunately, we were thrown away. So kindly look into it and
Comrade, anybody wants to speak? You want to speak? Anybody else? Second photo. Okay. Yes. Question is very short already. Already I told you. Madam, point is, you very lately you applied.
Sir, after 2.5 years I applied.
And?
After 2.5 years I applied, sir.
Okay, I cannot, you arm people, those who are possibly approach the court. You approach the court, don't approach people.
if you are afraid of applying,
No, just, sorry, please, Betty. Because now such a case will not be entertained by the comrade. They have don't, you should not have any illusion they go suffer. Okay. In the process, there is some process. He is asking now I you say, you know the Gupta cases. The Gupta cases went to the Supreme Court. Then only we got higher pension. Okay. You know the history of that is why people CA wala they have to educate them. They didn't bring all matter. That is why these comrades they could not be able to understand. That is why. Hello, comrade. Hey. एक minute. Gupta, the person who is the first instrumental for higher pension, okay, is a Gupta versus EPFO. That was the case. Then it became Sunil. There is a Supreme Court. Gupta judgment appealed. So Gupta is a opening person. He argued that he issued a circular in 2014. I don't know this, but I have paid the money. I deserve. Likewise, he approached the court. Then what happened to the case? That is why I am saying, I will not give, I am not wrongly advising you. You can approach the court. Why? Because if any lawyer is there, but one legal victim is there. One legal victim. Legal victim means a legal maximum. Ignorance of law is no excuse at all. Ignorance of law is no excuse at all. If anybody says, yes, I don't know that killing a person is offense, so I killed him. Nobody can plead in the court. Ignorance of the law is not justifiable. But anyhow, during that time, for a pensioner, when Gupta argued in the court, that was the entertainment. You have given a 6 month time. Nothing we don't know. Then open. In such a way, higherpension issue was open. Okay. So I think now he say he is pleading, he is a pensioner. I am eligible. I am ready to pay money, but I don't know what went across the country. You consult to your lawyers. Accordingly, you please take a call. If as far as my association with the EPFO asking, there is no chance for you. But if you go approach the court Boards will call us. Yes. Another Gupta. What is the name?
You can become a role model. You can become a role model.
Okay, that is the answer. Because that is why I can go, madam, I can do something. No, I will not say, I will not give any false promise to you. But this case is different. This is in the process. Even the last meeting I raised, yeah, bhaiya, give some time to those who are already got.
Another chance.
Likewise, we can lead for this. So, let us understand this issue. But you, whatever those who are having any grievances, you all, this association, comrade, this association, you consult with some advocate also. Already people approached, they got a judicial remedy in 3 high courts. I told you. Again.
Respected Karmalan sir and our leaders as well as the people gathered here. Sir, regarding the RNL issue, we are fighting since past 10-15 years for the sake of to protect our organization. In the past 4 years, when the privatization is announced, our people are struggling for self-measure as well as for organization. At the same time, we are having so many problems, including no wage revision, so many other facilities are curtailed. And for retirees also we have to struggle. We are doing struggle. So 3-dimensional, our people are crushed. So at this point of time, in RINL, what happened is, when the Supreme Court has given order, 22 November they started. So around 10,300 employees opted for the higher pension. Remaining people, they didn't have the clarity and the communication also not there, because this RINL is a mini India. The letter is settled throughout the country. The people who are in remote areas, they couldn't apply. That is one thing. And that pre-2014 people, Supreme Court itself told that in 2003, if you don't apply, you will not get option. Even then, around 10,200 people opted. Out of that, they started issuing the demand letters in the month of August last year. And actually, sir, you see how EPFO, what is the slogan? Hum haina. For what? Actually, the time given was 90 days. That is 3 months means 90 days. But they started issuing the letters every month in the last day, 28th or 29th, and by 1st, the month is over. August they have issued around 29th or 30th, and October, November, that tenure is ended. Like that, around 2,800 demand letters were issued in the first phase. So in the month of August, in the month of September itself, around 400 people applied, around 200 people applied. Later, every month, our people applied, around 1,800 people only applied. Why remaining people didn't apply? Because still, even today also, in the demand letter, how much pension they are giving, no formula is given. And the time will be there for every deposit. If I go to post office, if I deposit 10 lakhs, definitely they will tell if it is monthly, this much. If it is 3 months once, this much. If you deposit for 1 year, this much. If you deposit for 3 years, like that, every organization.
It's an old theory, old question.
Okay, sir.
Yes, okay. We are right. Then it should be hello, comrade. Just it's an old question that without mentioning how much that I can get a pension, they are asking money. Yes, it is obvious. What is now your question?
Sir. In that, the retired people in particular, they are only living with the help of the interest. So around 1,000 people, they couldn't pay the money for different reasons. Few people are having health reasons, few people are having out of station, few people didn't have the communication. And many of them, with the fear of locking the money, they did it. At the point of time, within 3 months, they have to, generally within 2 months, they are giving the pension. But for 16 months, they kept away. For 1800 people who paid around 400 crores, they didn't give the pension in the first phase. In 2025, when EPFO has given by February 7th, you have to fulfill the obligations of the pensioners. They have given issued a circular, and in the month and a half of January, they told that RNL is eligible. We brought a lot of pressure with the help of politicians and bureaucrats. Somehow we got the pension. Now the question is around 1,200 people, they couldn't pay. And we appealed, almost more than 1,000 people appealed to them that please give one more answer.
The most comrade worker, pensioner, who got demand notice, accordingly you mobilize the money, but you would not be able to remit the money in
Yes.
time. Okay? Yes. Sir, your name, comrade name, Rama Rao, yeah, but he who got a demand notice, he could not be able to pay money in time.
Yes, sir.
Whether Rama Rao has made any specific request, either collectively or individually, to the competent authority or not?
Yes, sir. We have given around 1,000 individual representations to the RPFO. In the month of from June onwards, our people have paid. Please silent. Okay, sir.
Okay,
Then, in the month of August, I think that will be in your notice. In the month of August, RPFO authorities has given time for 1 month time for reconsidering the appeals based on the merit. Because few people are having some health issue, they can be allowed. Like that in Telangana, almost they issued to all. In Orissa also they considered. But unfortunately,
that is a problem. Comrade, sorry. Wait, when we have to do the business, we have to work and we have to solve the issue. I met them in Hyderabad, that office. I said to them. I said to them. Comrade, you can ask that is, Hyderabad is a specific case. They catch hold of me 1 year before, more than 1 year before. Okay, another Rao is there, the transport Rao. The transport Rao is catch hold of me. Then I went there. That was an arrogant officer, Dr. Shivakumar. He was the total officer, sir, in the regional officer in Hyderabad. He never listened to the workers. Then if I am coming protocol, they have to receive me. There have no other go. So one day, to all our case, they said that. What you will say? They are running a transport, they are running a trust. You are having this problem. You tell me all this. Likewise, we catch water. I called the transport wala, Andhra wala also. At that time, it is missed. That I know your issue since so long. Sometimes I was so unhappy that it is a very important industry sector in Andhra Pradesh. I saw where our people are getting rest on this. So, as far as now, as the first question as comrade told, yes, now the demand notice is around 1,200 people. Now they could not be able to even pay the money also. Already they refused everything. Okay. Individually you find everybody. Yes, because if you are approaching court will ask whether you approach the competent authority or not. If you approach the competent authority, that's enough. I do also take up the issue.
Why? Because recently also, that Nalgo people got that. 1 month up to January 31st, we got that message in the WhatsApp from Nalgo people. For 1 month up to January 31st, they are being given one more chance, final chance.
Comrade, that is why November I asked the ministry, you don't make any national circular. In case by case you deal with it. Because I cannot do the administration. On policy matter I can intervene. Yeah, this at least finally I worked with them. Yeah, but already they complained with everything. They mobilized the money. They could not be able to pay the money, remit the money. You give some chance. I am not asking you to a national policy on this. By regional office, each regional office you authorize the RPFC to take the combination of the issue. and letters. Likewise, they did something in some area. But if they are allowing, I will come with the bulk. So there is not allowing. Myself itself, like a 5,000 application is with me. I can take up. So you will not allow. So I think on this issue, comrade, for you, as I already told you, you take up. I will take up this issue. I will write a letter and I will present it to meet. You get ready to go to the court.
Yes, sir. With interest they will pay. You please reissue the demand letter and give 1 month time so that the people who have represented they will pay.
Okay.
For one time measure.
What do you want? One time measure. Finally, any request is there?
Sir, this letter already.
You don't address to Karmalaya. You address to CPFC.
That is already given.
No, one letter.
One more I will.
You address to CPFC. I will keep this. I will take up. That I received this memorandum and I received a visa from our employees. So you consider this request, I will write one letter. You write one letter finally. Sir, give a one-time option for which exclusive.
This month, first week we have given to Ramesh Krishna sir office. I am having a copy.
Usually, sir,
That I will send.
all this. I will be here for 5 days.
Yes, definitely I will send through one of our friends. Yes, it is. I am having that copy and I will give you the.
Definitely. Whatever comes,
Acknowledgement it is there, sir.
19th December, I met the Central Commissioner.
not a seven comes the lady. Lady is against worker. You all people meeting. Sorry,
I submitted the letter.
don't mistake me. One bulky lady officer is there. That officer managing all pensioners. One way or another mispresident. Okay, sir, I will do this, I will that. But she never do anything at all. Okay.
One sir, and final request is sir, the people who left throughout India, it is a national problem, to give the option one more time, option if it is possible, so that the people not only.
Say correctly.
Sir, so many people they couldn't apply the option, sir.
No, I don't open option. It's option one more. It is a Pandora box.
Okay, sir.
Because, why comrade, even though I am another part, I was a member of CPTO to administer. I told them when 10 lakh application rejected. When 10 lakh application rejected, I told the ministry, how I can believe whether your officer did rightly or wrong. Then they appointed some auditors to go each and every rejected application, revisit it, come with the report. I was a member of the concerned subcommittee also. Now I am being the concerned subcommittee member. One ECPT, one subcommittee is there. I told how you rightly rejected or not. I cannot believe you. Then they constituted one auditing. The auditing also they are saying rightly likewise. So, if after that, the person who asked them to check it out, again if I am asking, it will not be put nice also. To open it, another Pandora box, another entire exercise has to go. But we can give we can demand, we can raise this issue of, we issued the demand notice. They could not be able to remit the money in time. You please give a time. That is right.
And in this also, the other issue is also there around 10-15.
They will use this yes in this at least this.
Around 10-15 applications were rejected because of the net problem. The same day, immediate day, our trust also wrote that even those applications were also not considered.
You mentioned that.
That particular that is mentioned for the 10-15 they will give like that. I didn't mention, but for 1100 cases. At least in August also they didn't open.
Because that technical fault also disturbed the remittance of our pensioner.
Yes, sir.
That is the main reason is the technical default.
Technical default because of only 70 days.
But you see, I cannot. That is why, comrade. As a policy matter, we revamped the technical server. I told them, I composted them. I got one report from the ministry that the Information Technological Ministry issued a warning to the Labor Department EPFO. Your server, given the size of the accounts, you see that given the size of the accounts of all, we are dealing with so many accounts. Given the size, this server is a outmoded size server. It will not do justice. Then we invested money also. Huge money is because say to Bala, I cannot get into the how it functions. You have to tell. Comrade has to tell. Then I told, sir, you revamp this. You are technically they are not sound. It is making hell.
Standing to speak.